So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. It's Friday, and man, have we had an adventure. We kind of created a 4-day weekend for ourselves by taking some time off from work and just kind of taking the day to do nothing really. But we wound up going out to a place called Waldeck, and that's where we went and kind of explored this castle ruin that's been around for over 1,000 years. Very interesting, but the views here, if you just give this a second to soak in, it was just absolutely amazing. Northern Bavaria is absolutely beautiful, but then again, all of southern Germany is beautiful, so I don't, it's kind of hard to distinguish or delineate, but it was quite a beautiful thing. And then looking at these rooms and the places that are still standing in this Burgruine, the castle ruins, right? And that's what we refer to them as Burgruine. And it was just a fascinating thing. And I thought I would share with you some of the views that we've got and just some of the history that you could literally blindfold yourself and just spin yourself around and then stop pointing any direction, and you could throw a golf ball and hit a castle here. There's a lot of them, right? But sometimes it's just nice to not take them for granted and to just to go and to enjoy and to try to take in the history and try to feel what it must have felt like to have been there. So it was phenomenal. Really always so much fun. I don't know why we don't do it every day, to be honest with you. But if you're used to the channel, you know that most of the time on Friday, I'm not cracking into a bottle of wine. I'm breaking open a bottle of Prosecco or champagne, a brut of some sort, something bubbly and dry to mix with my favorite, which is the Venezia special, right? This is just my favorite cocktail in the world. I just love it. But we already ate dinner. I eat one meal a day, so you don't want to be breaking any fasts. I've been doing this for 7 years. I mean, you talk about a stickler for doing the right thing by whatever. If I commit to something, we're doing it, or I'm doing it. But so I didn't get to put my little green olive in it, but the Select Venezia cocktail is absolutely my favorite. With that, let's usher in the greatest puzzles of the week, starting with the penultimate Friday. Let's hop into this one and see what we got here today. So it looks like we got a Kate Hawkins grid. Generally speaking, wow. Speaking in any way you like, this is a fabulous constructor. I've always enjoyed these grids, unless this is new Kate Hawkins, altogether possible, right? So, but I'm fairly certain we probably got the Kate Hawkins. So let's hop into our Friday, May 23rd grid, edited by Will Shorts, and here we go. So, dining at Chipotle or Panera, as an example, upright. Well, it's a Friday, so Malibu, as an example. I mean, gosh, I can't even imagine where we can begin to go with. I mean, well, it was a car. It's the name of a rum. It's the name of a city, I think, or a town. Maybe it's a county. I'm not sure. It's just Malibu, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a region. Gotta learn more about that, actually. If you're from California, let me know. Or if you've been to California and you happen to know the history, that'd be great. So California school that runs the Mount Laguna Observatory, and that, I know this one. I think it's the Aztecs. I'm a big college football fan, and my team, the TCU Horned Frogs, used to be in the Mountain West, and when they played South Dakota State University, and I have a feeling that's who this is because I remember some of the football players there studying astrophysics and stuff and talking about their experiences at the Mount Laguna. So very interesting. So if this is a tea, I think we might have fast casual. Have a taste. Yeah, it could be try some. And one more letter, we could say try a bite. Or, I mean, if it was only 5, we say try it. But, I think we got 3 and 4 to deal with there. So I'm going to try fast casual. I'm not making any guarantees on this one because, I didn't construct this one. But let's just see what we got. So upright. God, that could be a lot of things too. This is really a good grid. The Black Unicorn Poet, and I think that's Audra. What is her last name? Oh, it'll come to me as soon as I get a letter. Quinquennial campus visitors, maybe. So every 5 years, I think. Quinquennial. So maybe alums? You really have to make me think here. Lord. Audrey Lord. That was the last name. It hurts when it comes up. Maybe a sore subject. Maybe. Punta Emes. Vermouth. Good vermouth, actually, to me. Digital addresses could be URLs. And so here we go. And we're kind of getting in here strong. Steering committee VIP might be a CEO. And actually, I have good news. So how about it's your lucky day? Lucky day. Very nice. Upright. Fair. Yeah, I think it's fair, but I don't know if try some is right, because crush should be to route. I was really trying to think through that to make sure that I wasn't misreading it for some reason. So maybe try this. Express disapproval in a way. Oh, we could have boo birds. Boo birds in the audience. Could be hissing and booing, weeping and wailing and gnashing their teeth. Object, maybe. How about go with an item and check that out? Expect. Sorry. I was really savoring that sip. That's such good stuff. And in this big crystal Italian bowl, it's like having a seabell going on a boat out in the Venetian harbor. Fruit that grows on Jamaican beaches. Okay, I don't know necessarily. Determination could be will. Apparently where there's a will. Request a hand. Perhaps we're going to ask for help. I've gotten a little skittish with this already today. I don't know that I can just trust my gut feelings on this, like a lucky day up top or down here as well. So 1/48 of a cup would be a teaspoon, I guess. Fish bread by Roman nobles would be eels. They did like that. And I have actually, speaking of Roman nobles, or anyone who liked Roman fish sauce garum, I'm actually going to get some of the fish that they used. I'm going to make a small batch of that myself. As soon as it warms up, I want to do it just like they did. It's a real process, and I can't wait to try it. So, something taken by many artists. If this is a C and that's an R, I know what it is. I happen to be an artist, so let's see. Aspect could be a facet. Got an R here. A lot can be made of these. Okay, well, a little bit better. Uber progressives would be members of the far left. And feeling it more could be ackier. And so I guess a lot can be made of these, maybe acres. I want it's confirmation bias. I want that R there because I know what this is and I take it all the time. Creative license. Oh, I do. Yeah, all the time. Check for pieces, say. And I think we've got Frisk here, which is very clever. Very well done, Kate Hawkins. Units, it might be metrical or imperial. We could be talking about metric or cubic feet. Very nice. And baboon. How about an oaf to go with, fugitives cover, and alias. Very nice. Sucked up. What do you think this is to have kissed butt? I just don't do that. Yellowstone traffic stoppers. I'm talking elk here. Fruit that grows on Jamaican beaches. Aki? Okay. I guess I have a new fruit to learn about. I don't know anything about aki. Aki? Is it going to go really well with our achier? Will a little bit of aki fix it when we're feeling achier? I don't know. Perhaps it's got some antioxidants that'll do just that. I have no idea. Period. Well, I hope it's kiss butt. Cocktails garnished with mint leaves could be mojitos. I do love those things. I do. Period. How about a dot? That works. That's what we say. I'm listening. Tell me more, maybe? I really gotta watch. I better get up there and check that lucky day. I don't trust any of this. It's all what my gut tells me is not what she's putting in the grid here today. So cunning could be guile. And Institute in Athens. Well, we don't have an UGG as in UGG. Or an UGG as in an Australian shoe. But no, we have an actual University of Georgia. Little rats. How about tattletales? That's just freaking clever also. I'm loving it. Yeah, so place for a cabin looks like a semi, and that also fits because especially in the United States, they got entire apartment complexes on the back of those semi-tractor trailers. So maybe a semi? We'll try it, but I really got to check that lucky day. The artist Garden at Giverny, and that would be a Monet. Blank Lamar Hill, aka Little Nas X, and that's Montero, I think. Grand name for a grand artist, there's no question. A Doppelgänger. Und ein Doppelgänger ist ein Twin. So watch this space. I just have no clue what we're talking about here. Okay. Very funny. Ha with an H. Yeah, it could be. Har with an E, with an R. Could be. I think either way we might have an H. So actress, inventor, Lamar, also called the mother of Wi-Fi. That would be Hedy. Hedy Lamar. Compete for would be to vie. Very nice. What might get you out of a jam? So maybe if we're talking about traffic jam, maybe a side street would do it. And that's fun. This is a really fun grid. What some loggers log, and I'm assuming now we're talking about keystrokes. Funny, it's great. Some redos could be let's. Okay, yeah, this is a clever, challenging grid today. Drudge could be to toil. So kid-friendly, race length and brief, 1K. And gotcha. I see where you're going. And I guess we're going to check lucky day when we get up to the top. And we're just making a perfect area here. But I still get down here to this 52 down. Convene could be to meet. Digitus minimus pedis for 1. So digitus minimus pedis. So digit, small foot. So I guess a toe. Days long past could be a your. Class in middle or high school could be a gym. And children's character who wears a duffel coat. Now see, if I had Shotzi in here, but she's busy watching some sort of Japanese tea turn into a flower in a carafe right now. And I get it. That's cool stuff. So, but I think maybe Paddington is the children's character who wears a duffel coat. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out if I'm wrong or it doesn't line up. So, handheld Sony 22,000 Sony console for sure. I guess it's PC, PSP. One footing the bill. I guess the payer. It's a word. Cement ingredient. How about shale? So shale could do it. Oh, that's a good one. Ha ha. Oh, ha ha, Charles. Monster slain in one of Hercules' 12 labors. You know, it's always the Hydra or... I used to see the Nemea lion in there, but not in a while, I don't think. Author Vonnegut could be Kurt. It's the only one I know, but still. Boston University Terriers. So cafe add-in would be leche. Tight formation would be a huddle. Now we gotta get down here and see what this is all about. So I think we might have a whist. Makes no sense. I guess a wrist. So maybe watch in this space. Wrist. Maybe wristwatch. I mean, I don't know. Well, you know, I would not be surprised if I bungled this up somehow. But let's take a look. How do we do, Bob? Well, clearly I got some stuff to learn in here. I mean, I clearly have to learn some stuff. I need to figure out and make sure I understand what's going on with watch this space. I got to know what the aki is, the aki or the aki fruit is, and that's the main things that I need to know here. But as always, if it's a Monday or if it's a Saturday, it makes no difference. I always figure out a way to learn something from the grid, and that's what makes them so wonderful, right? Kate Hawkins, outstanding construction. This was among the finest Fridays I've done in recent memory. Very, very well constructed. Fabulous work. Brava, brava, brava. Very nice. All right, so let's bring down our bannière d'adieu. And I want to just say, as always, thank you for liking. It doesn't take much, I suppose, but people do, and I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you, really, for subscribing. I noticed that we're always at about 60% of our viewers who are not subscribed, but I mean, and I see a lot of you are return viewers. So if you feel like we have a pretty good relationship, you know, I think maybe it's time. It is free, so why not, right? You know, it'd help us keep the lights on around here. Otherwise, thank you so much. And the comments, which I have a whole bunch to get through while these videos are processing today, and it's my favorite part of the day. So, with that said, until we see you next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Take care. And we will see you on the morrow. In the meantime, just try as hard as you can to be kind to strangers, especially those behind you in line. Be well.